Good morning and welcome to First Local Mornings on Tuesday, July the 20th. It's an odd day out there, kind of muggy but clear and crisp. I am here with
I don't know why I'm getting a special
Colette.
Special little camera movement there. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to First Local AM. We got lots to cover today. A lot of those forest fires, we are seeing the effects of that.
Yes.
I did see a nice picture yesterday of someone with a nice big red moon in the sky. And speaking of red, here we are, ladies in red today.
And we didn't even plan it. Like, I picked her up and she came out and I was like, oh.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Simpatico. Well, we do have a minister, Jill Dunlop, Minister of Colleges and Universities, who's one of the new portfolio holders of that title. But before we get over to what we're going to do today, let's find out from Craig if it's going to be another nice scorcher out there.
Sorry, no scorcher today. Temperature's only going to be about 21 for our high today. We have a cold front that pushed through, going to give us some northerly winds today, but it's still going to be comfortable. It's going to be a dry day here in the Sault anyway. We'll take a look at the radar. We'll show you what came through earlier on this morning, around 3, 4 o'clock this morning. That wave of showers just skirted the Sault to the north, but it is affecting the East Highway from the Sault, say, down to Sudbury for today. Otherwise, we're just going to see just cloudy skies here in the Sault and eventually some clearing later on this evening. So we'll take a look at the 12-day forecast, and you can pretty much take the mugginess away now because that cold front has pushed through and the showers here in the Sault. We're just going to stay with the cloud. Pretty much cloudy all day today. We are going to see some clearing later on this afternoon into our evening, and temperatures not bad, comfortable. They do warm up later on in the week, and we will touch on that coming up in the 3-day forecast. Right now, let's send it back to Heidi and Colette.
Well, thank you very much. Do you have that time on Jill Dunlop today?
12:45.
12:45. Jill's not taking a lunch hour today. Okay, well, I wonder what she's going to talk about.
I wonder, I don't know actually, because I know that we talked a little bit yesterday, just kind of touched on the fact that post-secondary institutions are, they're saying, plan on a regular, in-class, no limits on in-class participation, on in-class or on in-person activities. However, they do want contingency plans to be put in place and published, made public in the event of a spike. So
yeah, I had that one in here today. Touch on a little bit more, especially some other school-related things that were put out over the night. But I don't know. Some universities are asking and requiring, if you're living in residence, to have fully vaccinated, some type of concrete evidence that you are fully vaccinated. So perhaps that is. So 12:45 today. This thing's just not staying in my ear today, and that's fine. Maybe I just don't want it in. Okay. Well, citizens and organizations suggest some uses for 89 Hudson. So back in 2020, the city of Sault Ste. Marie purchased this property of 89 Hudson for $350,000 with no plans for the property. They just purchased it and outright. I wish I had $350,000 just to say, hey, I'm going to buy this. And, let it sit for a couple of years and figure it out. At the time, Mayor Provenzano took responsibility for pursuing the purchase. Now, 10 months down the road, the property still has no plans that have been made about citizens and organizations alike who have shared over the last 6 months some multiple ideas with this report. So the report, first ones that gets a lot of endorsement from multiple people that they have spoken, including using it as a multi-use social services type building. Which would be fantastic. Also a small police station, rotating, what do they have? Rotating doctor dental offices. So all sorts of ideas that they've got going on. So we're going to follow that up. And again, that was from probably from either the outcome of Dan's interview with Mayor Provenzano. So if you haven't had a chance to go to SaultOnline.com and watch that, do it today.
How's that for directive?
Do it today. Yes. One last story before we hit a commercial.
Well, Algoma Public Health did put out a news release with regards to an increase in opioid-related harm to the tune of, well, and this is coming on the heels of a 300% increase in the death rate. So they are asking anyone who is using street drugs to please take extra precautions because of these increases that they're seeing. There have been multiple calls for emergency assistance in people suffering from opioid-related harms in the community in the last few weeks. This does tend to put an extra strain on the local healthcare system. So, and really, they're kind of tracking it over the course of the entire pandemic, right? So they have seen that opioid-related emergency room visits have increased since the beginning of the pandemic, as have the confirmed as well as suspected opioid-related deaths. So Northern Ontario communities, including the Algoma region, are among those that are reporting the highest rates of opioid mortality within the pandemic cohort. So Algoma's opioid mortality rates are significantly higher during the pandemic as compared to prior to. So we do have statistics posted to the release that is on our website at SiouxOnline.com.
Getting that wellness center will be an amazing thing for the city.
Yes.
So thanks for that. Okay, so we are going to come back and talk about if you're American, you're fully vaccinated, you can come into this fine country of Canada. We do have some updated COVID numbers.
Yes.
I saw a few positive cases over the weekend, and perhaps we have another one. So we'll be right back after this to talk about that and a whole lot more. We'll be right back.
First Local, supported by the Canadian Bush Plain Heritage Centre, where adventure takes off.
Always stay humble and kind. Don't expect a free ride from no one. Don't hold a grudge or a chip, and here's why. Bitterness keeps you from flying. Always stay humble and kind. Yeah.
First Local, supported by Gary Chervinsky, Exit Realty, Lake Superior. Buying a home is a big decision, so is choosing the right agent. Call Gary Chervinsky, broker at Exit Realty, Lake Superior, 705-257-5432.
Good morning, welcome back. She's here, I'm here, we are here at First Local Mornings on Tuesday, July the 20th. Yeah.
All right. Well, for Tuesday, July the 20th, we've got lots of news for you. So like I said before the commercial break hit, the feds say that the incoming fully vaccinated international travels may now enter from the U.S. into Canada starting September the 7th. So to be considered fully vaccinated, international travels can enter starting on the 7th. To be considered fully vaccinated, they must be immunized with a Health Canada approved vaccine. So unvaccinated individuals will not be allowed to enter our country. Canada's federal government updated its border measures yesterday, I do believe, and announcing the fully vaccinated citizens and permanent residents from the U.S. will be allowed to enter the country as of August the 9th. So international travelers will be, I guess, in September. I know that there was a lot of talk with regards to maybe paying a fee to cross into the border. So I'm still looking into that. And it was my mom and dad who asked me about that. So we'll figure that out today so that I can add a little bit more of that tomorrow. But all fully vaccinated international travels will be allowed to enter starting September 7th on the condition that the country's COVID-19 case remains low and vaccination rates keep trending in a positive direction. Public Safety Minister Bill Blair spoke with the U.S. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. Well then,
You're awesome.
Mayorkas on Friday. But the U.S. has not yet indicated any plan to change current restrictions at the land border. Canadians are able to fly into the U.S. with a negative COVID test. The feds say to be fully vaccinated, incoming travelers must be immunized with a Health Canada approved vaccine at least 14 days and has to be uploaded, like proof of vaccination has to be uploaded to the Arrive Can, and Can is spelled in all uppercase letters. Okay. It's an app that all travelers still have to provide a quarantine plan just in case. So I guess this is pushing you to download that app. And also, I do have a story coming up with a man who went to the Barbados who couldn't even get in because his vaccination protocols were mixed. He used 2 different types, an AstraZeneca and a Moderna. So,
yikes.
And what do you do when you have a 12-year-old who is not able to be vaccinated? Are you not allowed to travel across the borders?
No, they actually, when they did when the individual, I'm sorry, she's better at the names than I am, but there was a conference yesterday, and they're saying that children who are 12 are permitted to attend with parents or caregivers.
Even if they're not fully.
Exactly.
Because, I mean,
they are expected to follow the local protocols. However, they are permitted to enter, so masks and whatnot. But
well, yeah, you'll be double careful when you're taking kids across. Yeah,
for sure.
There's your update.
Yes, so, and to your point, over the weekend, we did register 3 new COVID-19 cases locally. Yesterday, they did confirm 1 more case here in the Sault Ste. Marie area. Case 404 is reported to be self-isolating with cause of exposure listed as being close contact. So, of course, correspondingly, anybody who is considered to have been in close proximity, a close contact to this individual, will have already been notified by Algoma Public Health. So if you have not been notified, then
you're good.
You're good. You can consider yourself free from exposure to this case. Rolling totals locally. To date, 157,368 tests have been administered, out of which we have confirmed 404 cases. 4 of those in this moment considered to be active, no one in hospital. 400 cases are listed as being resolved, and we are static at 110 cases that have screened positive for the variants of concern. We don't have an update provincially because they did indicate that at this point they're not going to be issuing numbers every day. So as soon as there's an update to the provincial totals, we will bring those to you, of course.
Okay. Well, ending on a high note before we throw to another commercial, and here's some words from our sponsors. Just wanted to update you on a missing person here in the Sioux. Brian McPhee was found. He was missing for a few days, and very happy to report that Brian has been found.
Yes.
So very happy to bring you good news. And we'll bring you more good news and smiling faces and ladies in red when we come right back after this commercial break.
First Local, supported by Nogda Windeman Family and Community Services. Be an alternative care parent. A child needs you.
You don't need a media monkey to make healthy choices. Think for yourself. A message from Concerned Children's Advertisers.
First Local, supported by James Seaton, Mortgage Specialist. Your new home doesn't come with mortgage advice. I do. Call James Seaton Mortgage Specialist, RBC 705-975-1519.
Welcome back. It is Tuesday, July the 20th. Wow, we are in the 20th.
Wowzers.
Wow, what a week. And it's only Tuesday. So what does that mean? 11 more days left of this fine month. And I hope everyone got a chance to hit Ribfest on the weekend. You really discussed that. I know we didn't get an opportunity to go, but
no.
You know what?
I missed it this year.
Well, they were looking for you to direct traffic.
I know.
So
I had a notion to go, but I was so bamboozled by
Bamboozled.
which entrance? Which entrance? I want to hear the music, but I also
is
want to eat
North?
the ribs.
Yeah,
Oh
it wouldn't
no!
too much. Music and ribs. That sounds great.
I mean, do you have to come in to get the ribs and then exit and then come back in for the music?
yeah, so Heidi didn't go because she was concerned about direction. So, yeah, another exit for the what?
For the potty.
Oh my God, that is so true. We used to go to Ribfest back in Waterdown when I lived there for 10 years. Hello, everybody from Waterdown. I do miss you. The highlight, the event of the year, and everybody walks in Waterdown. You don't drive to Ribfest, and it was so good. But the Johnny on the spot, not a chance. Not a chance. I'd be hitting the McDonald's across the street.
You just feel so dirty.
It's also dirty. Smells so dirty. Plus, I've heard a story once where there was an alligator that came through an outhouse. So, coupled with the smell and the look and that alligator possible biting your butt, not for me. Anyway,
No.
perhaps we should get back to the news.
Yeah.
Oh no, we have to get to Craigers.
Over to you, Craig.
Thank you very much. Well, today we're going to see a slightly cooler day and a cloudy day today. We'll take a look at the radar and show you the front that came in about 4 o'clock this morning. Just kind of skirted the Sault. A couple of small embedded thunderstorms there. That all kind of skirted towards the east, and that's basically what we have to worry about today. We have no really big system heading our way. We're just going to see mainly cloudy conditions for today. Temperatures off a little bit from yesterday. Yesterday we were at 28 degrees for our high. Today we're going to hit around 21 for our temperatures, 19 in Wawa, 22 in Timmins, and 23 in Sudbury. And again, they're going to see those showers eventually later on today. We'll take a look at the systems map, and this is basically how we draw it. We have a cold front, which I just showed you on the radar map. That's all kind of pushing towards the east. We do have a northerly flow today, so the winds will pick up from the north, making it a little cooler out there today. But for the most part, we're just going to stay dry and cloudy for our next 3 days. This is what we look like. We'll take those thunderstorms out of our forecast. They basically are towards the east area. Might see a little bit of sun later on this afternoon. For Wednesday, temperatures 24, a mix of sun and cloud, and a mix of sun and cloud for Thursday. You might see a little bit of a shower develop on Thursday as temperatures hit 25 degrees, and we do see our temperatures actually hitting around 28 degrees by this weekend. I'll touch on that at the end of the show. Right now, let's send it back to Heidi and Cled.
Welcome back. Thank you very much, Craig. It's always nice to know what's happening atmospherically.
Yes.
You know what else is happening? I do believe, and I'm going to have to check the facts on this, but I do believe we're coming up on a full moon.
Oh, so we can use the right graphic.
We can use our graphic. And I'm kind of excited because, although the reasons behind the coloring of the sun and the moon in this moment are definitely negative, it is making for some spectacular viewing. And to couple that with a full moon has me particularly a tingle.
Elated.
So
a tingle.
Ooh,
she's gone a tingling.
Ooh, yeah.
A tingling Tuesday. There we go. There's our name for Tuesdays. Welcome to the Tingling Tuesday edition of First Local.
Tuesday.
Right, you got a few COVID numbers for us.
I got some stories. Okay,
so COVID lady.
Mrs. COVID, that's me. Okay, so Canada then, the federal government is expecting to receive 7.1 million doses of the COVID-19 vaccines this week as it's adjusting the distribution strategy amidst waning vaccination rates. Waning. I don't think that there's enough opportunity in our lives to use the word waning. My interest is waning. So, yeah, but anyway, we'll talk more even though my interest is waning. So, Canada is adjusting its distribution strategy amidst waning vaccination rates versus substantial. Hey, it's right here in the article. Who am I to change the word when it's spectacular? So, yeah. Vaccination rates are, and we have a substantial supply. The new deliveries will include about 3.1 million doses of the Pfizer
say it like
3.1
that here.
million doses of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine and 4 million doses of Moderna. So what's happening then is we have Brigadier General Krista Brody indicating that in the coming weeks we're going to be crossing a symbolic threshold of 66 million doses. I know, I just keep slipping it in there because we can't possibly react to everything.
Oh, but you can say 2 huge whatevers in the mountains.
Waning. Okay, but yeah, so we're crossing a symbolic threshold of 66 million doses, signaling that there are enough doses in Canada in those moments to vaccinate every currently eligible Canadian. And this was said on Thursday in a virtual news conference out of Ottawa. So
Must be true.
Brody, okay, the Brigadier General Brody, is overseeing the distribution of COVID-19. Oh, is that lady that we had the picture of? And she was very like...
Oh, yes, it is. She is taking over for Hillier, who was a retired... I can't remember his title in the army, but yeah, he's taking over for her.
Okay.
She is taking over for him.
I just... Anybody who may have been watching on that day, because, you know, when they do their professional, I'm taking this post picture, it's always very stoic and she is elated.
She's excited.
You cannot contain her exuberance. No. She is literally glowing.
Bonkers,
so
crazy.
Good for her.
Yeah.
And she is now overseeing the distribution of the COVID-19 vaccines across the country, indicating Canada is moving to a more nuanced approach.
Another good one.
As the supply of doses is now on the verge of outstripping demand. Okay, so more than 2 million doses of vaccine are already being held back because the provinces have indicated they simply can't use them yet. And this move marks a shift away from the early strategy of like literally sending the doses across the country as quickly as possible as soon as they arrive. So I'll end this segment off just on a quote from her as we pivot.
Oh, pivot. Haven't heard that one in this article is crammed
for
with
us.
Yeah, if it says robust, I'm out of here.
Well, I might throw it in there just for you, but okay. See if you can see where I slip it in. Okay, as we pivot from limited supply to sufficient supply, I could have done it there, but I did not. We are implementing a more nuanced approach to ensure that vaccines are stewarded in a manner that best supports Canada's robust and enduring domestic needs, as well as optimizes options for supporting global vaccination efforts. So excellent work, way to go, Brigadier General Krista Brody, and
we'll do
Canada and provinces.
A big smile for the brigade. Okay, I know you got a couple more stories. I'm going to break it up and just say Ontario Science Advisory Table is recommending a much different school year.
Okay.
We were talking a little bit about this earlier.
Yes.
Want to go over that with you. Loosening masking is on the list. The return of extracurriculars.
Excellent.
Closing schools only in catastrophic scenarios. Well, I do believe we have had a few. So
I don't think closing the schools was a catastrophic scenario, but that's another discussion.
Still have PTSD from that. The spokesperson for the Education Minister, Stephen Lecce, said that the government's back-to-school plan, expected to be announced in the next few weeks, will work to ensure a more normal in-class learning experience. Still 6 feet apart, can't sit in public. You know what I mean?
Don't touch anybody.
Yeah, don't touch anybody, and no playing sports.
Stop
we'll
licking
work
surfaces.
and stop licking each other. And I still say that there's no way, at least my Dante had his mask on for that brief in time that they were in school for those 8 hours. Not a chance. There is not a chance he didn't drop it on that bathroom floor and be like, oops, put it back
Well,
on.
and tell me there aren't
Not
kids
a
in the
chance.
playground licking their hands going, Rona, Rona, Rona.
Yeah, exactly. Given high vaccination rates in the province, the science table expects low levels of transmission of the virus and hospitalizations in the fall. My concern is for our littles 12 and under who do not have that vaccine when the data's not even coming out by fall. So we'll talk about that and a whole heck of a lot more Heidi's got written down over there to talk about, and me too. Don't go anywhere. It is, what did we say Tuesday was?
Tingly.
It is a tingling Tuesday.
First Local. Supported by Maker North. 3D printing, laser cutting, 3D design, education, prototyping, and more. Maker North, whatever it takes.
20 years ago, a little friend of ours got a lot of attention from Canadians. The idea of a tiny hippo that could actually be living in our homes got us talking about how easy it is to be fooled by what we see. Today, the internet is full of things that look just as real. In our digital world, we need to think smarter and double-check before we believe anything we see. Find out how at breakthefake.ca.
When I found out I had cancer, it was the hardest day of my life. But life is bigger than cancer.
Ooh, good morning. Welcome back. I didn't know who was bringing it back, so we'll split it. It's Tinsling Tuesday.
Yes, it is, and I'm all a tingle.
Oh my God.
Also known as Heidi Ivany, but all a tingle is kind of like a good
I think
alter
Heidi
ego,
the
right?
Tingler Ivany might be nice. It's like could be a wrestler name.
Yes.
Mine's Colette the Shanker Linden. I put some thought in this.
Okay, so although the school year 2020-2021 has come to an end, already education workers around Sault Ste. Marie have begun meeting and putting their heads together so that they can ensure a safe return to the classroom come September.
Yeah.
So these meetings started well, actually, yesterday there was a meeting.
Yeah.
Education support staff from Sault area school boards met with provincial leaders from their union, the Canadian Union of Public Employees, you know, of course, representing more than 1,400 school board employees in the region. So we're looking at two sessions here. So the first in-person meetings of the area's education workers since the pandemic began. They're scheduled, they were taking place at the Delta, so down on the waterfront, beautiful hotel.
Such a nice hotel.
And of course, you know, everybody falling in line with the governing COVID-19 related restrictions like, you know, mask distancing. So basically education workers are meeting again to kind of put their heads together and start developing a comprehensive plan about, you know, how we're going to, you know, get kids back in the classroom, keep them back in the classroom, and try and kind of create a more consistent experience, because obviously I think we, you know, the majority of the people who have children in their lives, whether they're your children, they're your grandchildren, you know, 2020, 2021 was a very, very difficult year to navigate from an educational perspective. So yeah, I think it's very encouraging that the meetings have already begun to level the playing field, as it will, and let's, you know, hit the reset button. I'm going to just throw a whole bunch of metaphors in there.
Yeah.
Let's make this a better year insofar as we can, and that of course starts with zesty and robust discussion.
God, I love that word.
I know, and the development of a really solid concretized plan. So.
Okay, cool. Well, with the return of school and maybe the return of the Mac. Do you like that song? Do you like that song? I love that song until I heard the lyrics. Really paid attention to the lyrics. I'm like, nah, this song's not for me. Anyway, but it's a good beat. Is the return of Letterkenny. Let's get to something funny. I don't know if you've ever watched this show.
I haven't.
It takes place out of Sudbury, and in fact, one of the brains behind it is Tim's partner, who used to work here. And it's pardon, sorry. And Mike, our producer, has worked on it as well. It is a really funny show. I know we were discussing it earlier. It's filmed out of Sudbury, I do believe. And I can only tell you this, that the guy in the middle there, he played Don Cherry when there was a Don Cherry, like a 5-part series on him and his career and stuff. And he did a phenomenal job being Don Cherry back in the day. But back to Letterkenny, it is very rural Northern Ontario comedy. Oh, okay. You would just get it. It's really funny. And there's 2 hockey players that play on there. Mm-hmm. One's blonde, one is a darker hair. And the blonde one is Connor.
Oh,
I can't. He looks like him. He's like, what? Like what? You know, he's got that. Anyways, watch the show because it is to resume its North American live show tour in 2022.
Okay.
I feel like I'm going to take out the 20s from now on. When I say 22, that's the year
That's
I
what
mean.
she means.
21, 22. We'll see how it goes. Ooh. After the pandemic cut the show, which was sad and upsetting for our family, the 90-minute show features 9 stars from the Canadian series performing new sketches and more. The tour will kick off in Kitchener on February the 3rd and will travel to Canadian cities, including Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver, Victoria, and Winnipeg. This is very big for the show that's filmed out of Sudbury. Like, I'm really proud to.
Now, filmed out of Sudbury, but is it set in Sudbury or it's just like one of those?
They use the hockey rink there, that green hockey rink that you see in the highway when you're passing through. They do use that as a landmark.
Okay.
The rest is mainly out in farms and fields. So
actually, you know, when you're going into the bypass in Sudbury?
The bypass in Sudbury, yes.
Toronto?
To go to Toronto?
Just off of one of the roads there where you see the set where
okay, well, there's a set off the side of the road on the bypass.
All over, like,
okay, well, thank you very much.
So it's a big thing in Sudbury.
It is. Well, it is a funny show. You would like the humor in it.
No, I'm going to have to watch it now.
Talk a little bit like this.
If you had to, so if you had to summarize like a synopsis, a précis.
Okay.
What's it about? Or is it just about day-to-day
rural
life?
Northern Ontario.
It's like the Seinfeld of Northern Ontario.
The boredom, but where you find things to do that make you have fun, and hockey. That's just what it's about. And
cool. No, I'm going to check that out.
Oh yeah,
you
have to. All right, so the show, which is stacked with quotable catchphrases, found a cult following in Canada when it debuted the Crave streaming platform back in 2016. It is it's all over the place, but yeah, I encourage you to watch it. So some good news anyway for a show that just filmed 3 hours down the road and has some really phenomenal people attached to that, like producer Mike.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Good. Well, why don't we do a factoid and then maybe get into some social media, see what's happening there.
Okay. Oh my God, it's 8:37.
I know. Okay.
Holy cow.
So I will take you to July 20th, 1968. And just, I'm putting this out there to let everybody know that sometimes you cannot, even celebrity cannot protect you from nasty surprises. So, July 20th, 1968, Jane Asher. Who's Jane Asher? Meh, I had no idea. Jane Asher announced on national British TV, the show D Time, that her engagement to Paul McCartney was off.
Oh, God.
Paul reportedly was watching at a friend's home and was surprised by the news.
Nice outfit.
She was said to have inspired many of McCartney's songs, such as All My Loving, and I Love Her, and We Can Work It Out. Jane then went on to have a career in films and television, as well as becoming a successful author and businesswoman.
Well, who needs Paul McCartney with with a resume like that?
Right?
Those are significant songs she was a part of.
I'm that person. Like when I hear a song, I always want to know who it's being written to, especially if it's like a really nice, loving song. It's kind of like
behind that. Yes, I did that a lot with a lot of U2 songs. Well, okay, I'm not too sure I'm a big Paul McCartney fan, but anyway.
Well, neither was she.
Musically, yeah, I know.
She's like, Paul McCartney, meh, whatever.
Meh, she used him as material, made some money for a book. Okay, we're going to hit to commercial. We're going to need to catch up on time. We're going to talk a little bit about what we're discussing, the beautiful looking moon, and somehow it's looking, the reasons why, and then some more wildfires that are occurring across our country, which is really sad. We'll be right back after this break.
First Local, supported by... Need window coverings? Locally owned and operated, Knack completes window coverings from start to finish. Call or message us today to schedule your free quote and experience what Knack can do for you.
Just once in a while, at parties and stuff. If that's what your kid says, they'll probably also tell you that it's not a big deal. But that's no reason not to talk about it. You could tell them that you think that's a good thing and that you're really happy they don't use it that often. Then ask them why. Maybe deep down they know it's bad. They just need your help realizing it. From there, it should be pretty easy to drop off the hint that their brain is still growing and that they shouldn't smoke pot. At least not until they're older.
Visit drugfreekidscanada.org for more tools to help start the conversation.
First Local, supported by Rick Mooney, sales representative for Street City Realty. Sold, the sign you want, Rick, the realtor you need.
Good morning and welcome back to First Local Mornings with Colette and Heidi in our uncoordinated but definitely red outfits.
I have a story behind this. I've had this in my closet for 2 years with tags on it. I was going to wear it to our dinner. Remember when we went out for dinner?
Yes.
And then I put it on and it was a little loose. So I said to my son, Dante, okay, pack Mommy the red dress that's on her bed. Well, apparently a pantsuit is addressed to my 10-year-old, so Heidi has, what do you call this?
Jiggered
with a bobby pin to make it fit. So
yep.
Anyway, here we are wearing the outfit for the first time and feeling rather uncomfortable about it, but we're here in red. Okay.
I think you look lovely. Looks great on you.
Social media?
Oh, okay, social media.
Well, you do have a funny story coming up about emojis that
I do.
I don't want to know until you're ready. It's like the factoid. I like to be surprised.
No. All right.
No.
No. Jim Whitty beats everybody to the punch.
That's okay. You made a new word today.
Yeah. Okay. So he has in between asterisks, feeds house hippo. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning.
Vino Humalamaki, I'm going to get used to you, because this is the second time in so many days that I've seen your name, so thank you for watching. Good morning to you. Inika, good morning, everyone. Inika is throwing something new our way.
What?
Happy Baby Hump Day.
Oh, heck yeah!
Inika, fast forwarding us through the week. Yes.
See, with Netherlands, they're ahead of us.
So forward thinking. I love it.
So is your fashion.
I love it. So the smiley, we've got the sun with the face in it. We've got a cup of coffee and a chocolate chip cookie. Very nice. Jim Whitty, on Second Local today, we have the vampire who made millions on cryptocurrency and also the Invisible Man. We booked the vampire in case the Invisible Man was a no-show.
Excellent interview idea, Jim. Excellent.
Nice. Margaret McKeag says, good morning all. Good morning, Margaret. Debbie Doucette, morning all, with one exclamation point. Have a sunny day, and she offers up a sunflower, 2 red balloons, a cup of coffee, a red heart,
2
and
red
a
balloons.
sunshine.
That's so cute.
It is.
99 red balloons.
Merci beaucoup. Good morning, ladies, with 3 sunflowers.
Aww.
Hope your day's as wonderful as you are. Merci.
That's
what would we do
awesome.
without merci?
I don't know.
I love it.
She really does boost my confidence.
Oh, and then she's talking about, because you did the story on potential uses for 89 Hudson.
Yep.
She says Safe Space.
Yeah.
Okay, Safe Space and other agencies offer free drug test strips. Harm reduction is possible. So definitely an advocate of the harm reduction strategy in terms of response to opioid-related crises. Good for you, merci, and the work that you do in our community.
Sorry to interrupt, but just your percentage is going up that much. 300% you said it went up in the city.
That's
so clearly something needs to be done other than just one wellness center.
Agreed. That's quite a spike. Tony Mancuso. Good morning, ladies. And he offers up the sun coming up between 2 great huge tracks of land. See, I couldn't even say it yesterday without you. My heart wasn't in it. All right. Tony hopes that everyone has a great day. Happy Tanker or Taco Tuesday.
Okay. We've got tingling tankers and tacos. That's going to be
quite
the
As long as your tacos aren't tingling, you're in good shape.
And then they erupt your tanker.
Yes.
Hi, Tony.
Steve Childs, GMA, HYHAGHD, 2 cups of coffee, a flame, a little face, a little lady face, and my favorite donut, the kind that's the white
chocolate
with
dip.
the chocolate. Yes, that's what you call it. And a stack of pancakes with a little square dollop of butter and maple syrup. So the acronym, of course, good morning all. Hope you have a great great
Baby hump day?
Well, HYHAGHD, great hazy day. There we go.
Hot.
Humid
Maybe
day.
a hot day because he's got the flames, unless
There we
he's
go.
referring to our red outfits.
Okay.
I'll take that.
That could do. Yep. And then Chris Bridges will round it off with his own factoid. Good morning, all. Fun fact: that tiny pocket in jeans, so the little one that's like here. So the tiny pocket in jeans was actually designed to store pocket watches, not what is left of your paycheck, like people think today.
I thought it was for the loony and the toonie.
Well, yes, maybe. I don't know.
Thanks,
but he says pocket watches.
Oh no! Whatever Chris says goes. I have full confidence that he is
and two more
absolutely
people
correct.
popped
Two more
up.
people popped in.
Your parents.
Oh, hi, Mom and Dad.
Oh, Jane Asher's brother is Peter Asher, who was the other half of the duo Peter and Gordon.
Who said that? My mom and dad.
Your mom and dad.
They love they have a lot of pop music references. They're very intelligent.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Can't wait to meet you guys.
You will have Heidi and the kids over to meet you. Who are coming next week? I haven't seen my parents since last August.
Oh, and then Jim tags on to what your parents said. They had their biggest hit with a Paul McCartney song called World Without Love.
Oh.
Please lock me away. That one? I think that's the one.
Right.
And don't allow...
Well,
anyway.
I think they should have got you to sing it, baby.
No, singing is not among my strengths, sadly.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
The emojis.
What? I was just going to say, do the emoji story. We're
The
on a
emoji.
roll.
Okay, so, Dan did post an article.
Yeah.
He's likening emojis to be like modern day hieroglyphics, right? Because you think, however many centuries in the future, they're going to look back at this and say, like, what was up with all of this?
Mm-hmm.
But there is actually a committee.
There's an emoji committee.
You can't make this stuff up.
You can't.
So it's a consortium, and these are the people that decide which emojis are going to be put forward. I'm telling you. So now these are the emojis that are currently up for consideration, potentially to be added to the lexicon of emojis in our electronic devices.
What do we got there?
We have a pregnant man.
What?
We have a melting smiley face, a saluting hand, a troll, and a heart-shaped hands. But these are just a few. There's at least 20 new emojis that are up for addition. So the Unicode Consortium, these are the people. The Unicode Consortium will get together and approve some or all of these in September.
Why a pregnant man? Can women not have one thing to themselves? Just kidding. Not really.
You guys you want the swollen ankles? You want that? That's okay.
Well, at least we're saying, well, you should have a baby. That's usually my answer back to you're in pain, have a baby. Well, that's
2 minutes.
What about a factoid before we rip to a commercial?
All right. You're going to like this one.
I love all of
I
them.
like this one. Okay, so July 20th, 2008.
Okay, not too long ago. We're good.
Rapper DMX.
Oh my
and don't worry,
God.
nobody get excited. I'm not going to try and sing a song that got me into trouble last time.
What?
Yeah, so rapper DMX was arrested on suspicion after he gave a false name to get out of paying for hospital medical expenses. So County Sheriff Joe Arpaio said the star told the Mayo Clinic in Arizona that his name was Troy Jones and failed to pay a $7,500 bill in April. The rapper, whose real name is Earl Simmons, did you know that?
Yes, I
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Was arrested at a shopping center in Phoenix.
Well, I mean, he's quite noticeable. People who know him, I mean, he's starred in a lot of movies, too.
Troy Jones.
And what? We were just talking about how crazy it is to give a false name. Yeah. I think I'm just going to use, sorry, officer, my name is Heidi Ivan, and I did not see that red light. I apologize.
Yeah, but I went to high school with at least 60% of the police force at this point.
Okay, well, I'll ask them if they were in Poplarville or whatever you're...
Did you go to Cass?
Yeah.
Did you go to Cass?
Did you go to Cass? You didn't. Well, let me tell you, my name is Heidi Ivany. Okay, when we come back, we will touch upon a few things. Like I said, I want to get to these wildfires that are going across Northern Ontario and how that is, how we're experiencing that. And, we've got a surplus of AstraZeneca. What are we going to do with it? We'll be right back to find out.
First Local, supported by United Way. Help make your community a better place. Show your local love and donate today.
Good morning. Welcome back to Tintaling Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, or Tanker Tuesday. You pick one. You're with Heidi and Colette. Craig has filled us in on some great info on what's going on with the weather, but let's find out a little bit more from our weather specialist, Craig Huckabee.
I vote for Taco Tuesday, because I could go for a taco right now.
Taco.
Okay, let's take a look at the 12-hour forecast. There has been a little revision for you. There we go. Temperature's currently 19 degrees. We're under some cloudy conditions. We're going to continue to see those clouds for most of our day, maybe a few peaks of sun. The winds will pick up this afternoon from the north. It's going to be a little breezy out there. Temperatures only reaching around 23, 21 degrees today. And then we're going to start seeing the sun this evening as we start losing all those clouds. But then we're going to start warming up for our day tomorrow and the next day after that. So a little cooler today. Mind you, we still have a little bit of humidity in the air, so it's going to feel about 26 degrees out there today, so it's not bad. That's your weather right now. We'll be back at 5 o'clock with your update. Right now, let's send it back to Heidi and Colette.
Oh, Craig, so much information at your fingertips. I'd be a liar to suggest that I wasn't impressed. So I'm so happy to have information about the weather at my fingertips.
Absolutely. It's always nice just to go and peek your head. Craig, what did you say the weather was good tomorrow, please?
He's very responsive, too. I have literally messaged him in the morning, going, what's it going to be like today?
And and because he doesn't just give you the precipitation. He gives
No.
Everything you want, you got. All right, where did we leave off?
Well, you know what? I like just to kind of make sure that at the very minimum we're covering off our local stuff. So I will talk to you briefly about Crime Stoppers. In partnership with the Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario Provincial Police. They are requesting assistance in identifying suspects that have been involved in an incident of mischief. Yes, some little mischievous people. So sometime between July 8th and July 12th, unknown suspects attended a remote logging road off of 556, so Highway 556, Jarvis Township. Well, it's a site where Avery Construction had a bulldozer and a grader. Jarvis Township suspects did throw rocks through all of the windows in the bulldozer and grader, causing extensive damage with an approximate value of $15,000. So if you are able to identify the suspects and your tip leads to an arrest, you may be eligible for a cash reward. You can call Crime Stoppers at 705-942-7867. Also a toll-free number, 800-222-8477. Can also go to the Crime Stoppers website. And remember, the strength of working with Crime Stoppers is that should you choose to do so, you can remain anonymous.
Save your anonymity. Yes, see, I had a problem with it a couple times, perfected it. Practice makes perfect, everyone. Okay, I think I might be stealing one of your stories, but I'm just going to do a quick local one. So
yeah, go ahead.
Occasionally, one of the consent agenda items, which comes before council, contains. I know, but it's council. You know how much I love.
I'm just bugging you.
Yeah. Oh man, what a bee she is.
She's always stealing
Can you
my
believe he
stories.
picked this? All right. I'm still not over the outfit choice here. But anyways, it contains a list of things City Hall has yet to finish. Do you want to do it paragraph for paragraph? Do
No,
you share?
Well,
Okay.
let me get on the
I
same
think
page
that's kind
here.
of cute. In this case, the number of resolutions passed, sometimes by previous councils, for which the reports haven't come back, exceeds 3 dozen. That is 3 dozen off-road vehicles, snow dumps, a downtown trolley, and warming shelters still remain on the list from previous council, while others just sit with no real end in sight. Okay, so the article posted to the website does have varying comments from individuals who are on council. So I'm not going to go through all those quotes, but I just think Dan's put together quite a nice little article here, just updating full transparency is what the council's supposed to have, and we are getting to that with our Monday night follow-ups and Dan following up with the mayor every couple of weeks. So I encourage you, go read the words of one Dan Gray posted to our website.
I did work with those words yesterday because apparently it's not just as easy, and you will know this because of your history in politics. But apparently it's not just as easy as saying, oh my gosh, that's like 6, 7, 10 years old. Just get that out of there. No. So apparently there's going to be a report issued as to how these can be removed from the report.
Okay. Well, I do know that when council comes together, someone's bringing a resolution, someone seconds that resolution, it sits on the minutes until it's dealt with.
Yep.
And must be a lot on the minutes.
A report on how to remove some of the requested reports is coming to council soon. I changed one of the reports to account because I just thought that was a lot of reports in one sentence.
I like that.
But I mean, it was accurate. Like
absolutely.
A report on how to remove the reports.
Well, why would you remove them? Just
do it.
Just do it. We have 3 minutes left.
3 minutes. Well,
I feel like I'm a little
Jack
bit on rewind. Yeah, let's talk about
you know
old
what?
Jack.
Jack Layton, very missed, very compassionate, kind-faced, lovely man.
We were just saying that. He's super kind-faced.
So they are planning a large gala, as large as it will be permitted to be, on what would have been Jack Layton's 71st birthday. So family and friends will gather, host a virtual event next month to mark this date. So the event will involve a concert on August 22nd with appearances by Stephen Page, William Price, Donovan Woods, Raffi, Rupi Kaur, David Suzuki, Sarah Harmer, and Tim Baker.
So look, there he is.
Yeah, look at him. Look at his face.
Yeah.
It is part of the Layton Legacy Project, which aims to bring people together and support social justice and reconciliation activism while celebrating the late politician's message of love, hope, and optimism. The project was launched in June with an announcement revealing that applications had been open for a new academic scholarship and 2 new awards to be given out in Layton's name. Layton did lead the NDP to its best showing ever in the 2011 federal election, sweeping Quebec to vault the party from its perennial 3rd or 4th place finish into official opposition status. And just a little over 3 months after that historic electoral breakthrough, Layton, who had been previously battling prostate cancer, died after being diagnosed with a new cancer. So his legacy lives on, and I'm looking forward to that event.
Well, his wife, Olivia Chow, is definitely heavily involved in politics as well. Federally for the NDP, she is an MP. But she did run for mayor of Toronto as well at one time. It just fell short of when Doug Ford was a runner-up, keeping John Mayer again. John Mayer is a singer. John Tory, mayor of Toronto. Anyway, so she's got quite a political career as well. And Jack Layton was a good man. So thank you for that. Well, we have 30 seconds left. So these ladies in red needs to In the old TV language, this means wrap it up. So let's wrap it up. I don't know. We want to talk about, we got another COVID case coming down that you announced.
Well, yeah, you know, I don't know.
Just a quick wrap up. We got 20
Yeah,
seconds.
I would just say, you know what, let's kind of, you know, I mean, while we're all kind of happy that restrictions are being lifted, let's not blow our lead, as it were. So continue to be, you know, quasi-vigilant, you know, and if it does align with your belief system, to go get a vaccination,
Yeah.
We've got a lot.
Absolutely. We'll talk about that tomorrow. We have to go now, everybody. Happy Taco Tintillating and Tanker Tuesday. We'll see you on Hump Day, and it is Baby Hump Day.
Yes.
Have a good day.